The TF2 bots are back. Kinda. Ever since early this year, the TF2 bots have largely been gone from the game. You may rarely see them, but they're largely an inconvenience at this point. However, in a recent game of TF2, I saw this really peculiar thing, and it turns out that there are bots in TF2 that are ruining the game by doing nothing. Parties of 6 bots will appear and just occupy empty space, which may not seem bad, but when you have 6 people on your team who aren't contributing to the game, you end up losing surprisingly often. And even if there are an equal amount of bots on both teams who aren't participating, it just lowers the amount of people in the lobby, making it a 6v6, which for a casual game isn't very fun. I assume that these bots aren't using any form of cheats and aren't getting kicked because of it, and I really don't know how you can possibly stop this, but thankfully the problem doesn't go on for that long. There is already a system in TF2 that kicks you if you aren't active for a couple minutes. However, if you join a game, the amount of time between when you can vote kick someone and when they get kicked for an activity is the same, which is 2 minutes. And in the first 2 minutes of a game, the entire thing can be over. For example, in one match, the enemy team had 6 bots who weren't doing anything, and we were able to just win because we had 6 more people than them. The enemy team had no way of winning, because even if they were able to stall for 2 minutes, they would still have to wait for 6 more people to join and then get ready so that they could actually have a proper team fight. The problem is definitely not as bad as it once was, as they're not just instantly deleting players from the game and making it unplayable, but they are leading to a point where it will be unplayable. Getting steamrolled is already bad enough on an even teams, but when you have 6 less people, it is completely unavoidable. And even in those situations where people agree to not participate in fighting, that's 6 people who are now forfeiting their right to play the game, just so that other people can play the game because other people put bots in the game to do nothing. Another huge problem with the game right now is just the massive map pool. The big problem with the map pool is that it just leaves so many of the maps, which are less desirable to normal players, completely unfilled and unplayed, which means that the few people who do play them will often get bots to join them. And then there's no room for actual players to join and fill the lobby. And if there's only one team with bots, then the only chance that they had to play the map that they wanted, which wasn't even popular, becomes unplayable. I have a suggestion for the map pool issue, but I don't think people will like it, and I'm not going to suggest it in this video. However, if anyone who does watch this wants to hear my opinion on that, I will make a video on it if you want me to.